So, how does our thinking make such an impact on our way of being, our way of feeling, and our way of interacting with others in the world? Hi, I'm Dr. Ann-Louise, and I'm a pediatric psychologist and parent coach, and I'm the president and owner of a New Day Pediatric Psychology in San Antonio, Texas. So, I am going to be reading some excerpts from this specific book that I really strongly recommend, and it's called Get Out of Your Mind and Into Your Life from Stephen Hayes, and it's a self-help workbook. So if you are someone who wants to work through your thoughts, changing your thoughts and your emotions, it's a really great one. It can be a little bit heady and a little bit sometimes hard to get through, but through repetition, it makes a huge difference because it really sinks in. So it's part of the acceptance and commitment therapy wave of treatment. And if you're a therapist, it's a great one to explore if you haven't done it already. So what I want to talk about was specifically why thinking has such an impact. And this particular topic is called cognitive fusion. And cognitive fusion is a really interesting concept because it talks about how things get merged together, fusing things together, like red and yellow make orange. So when we fuse things together, it really makes a big difference because then we become the thoughts that we have. So thoughts have meaning because they are symbolic. When we think, there is a mutual relationship established between the thought and the event we are thinking about. Each influences the other. Cognitive fusion basically involves treating our thoughts as if they are what they say they are. So this can be good if we have really positive and healthy thoughts, but it can be really bad if we have really stinky thoughts. So for example, if you say something like, I am so depressed, I am so anxious, I'm so OCD, I'm so worried. If you notice the language you're saying, the am means you are identifying with that thought. So that thought gets fused with your identity. Does that make sense? So if you instead change it with something like, I feel depressed, I feel sad, I feel obsessive, that makes a difference because what you're doing is you're identifying that you have a feeling. It's not your identity. It's just a feeling. Feelings are not facts. They are things that you use to test to see if it's true. You look for evidence to support those feelings. You don't treat them as if they're something that's etched in stone and that it's a definite of who you are. Because if it's something of who you are, it's harder to change. And if we think it's a personality flaw, then we're more likely to accept it and believe it and then reject anything else that's the truth. So again, cognitive fusion involves treating our thoughts as if they are what they say they are. And that's the problem that we often do, is that we are treating our thoughts as if they're facts. Thoughts are not facts. Feelings are not facts. They just are. So then we have to take them and say, where is the evidence to support this thought? Where is the evidence to support this feeling? So the other part of it is that cognitive fusion means you are taking these statements as literal truths, and eventually you begin to believe that you are in fact that thought, that you are in fact that feeling. And these thoughts continue to progress, and they grow and multiply because then we become that. If you are so fused with the thought and the feeling you have about yourself and other people, you become that. So this is why thinking has such an impact on our entire way of being. And that's why it's so relevant even now. Because if you think in the situation and the crisis that we're going through right now, that this is just a hopeless situation and nothing is ever going to get better, and you really believe that, then you're going to act in a more careless way. You're going to act in a way that's helpless and hopeless. You're kind of just going to give up, which impacts your immune system and impacts your health. You may start to experience things like stomach aches and your throat may be sore and you'll be like, do I have the virus? Am I getting sick? What's wrong with my neck? Do I have a headache? You may lose your appetite or have an increased appetite. All of these things impact the other. Your thoughts impact feelings and behaviors. So being aware of that is really, really key. So here's one tip that I have for you to start changing this, because it doesn't occur and happen overnight. It has to happen gradually, okay? Especially if you're used to doing it. It's become a habit for you. So what I would suggest is, one tip, if you do nothing else, is instead of saying I am blank, say I feel blank. I feel overwhelmed. I feel tired. I feel like a failure. I feel like giving up. I feel like a bad parent. Feel. Because then if you do that, what you're doing is you're separating your thought from the situation. You can look at it separately from yourself as if it's over here. And then you can say to yourself, okay, I'm feeling this way. Where is the evidence to support it? And where is the evidence that contradicts or goes against it? And either way, what you do is you start to make steps and take actions to challenge it and then start to change it. Because it's not who you are, it's just what you're thinking and feeling. Try that. Let me know how that goes. It's such a life changer. It makes such a difference with your mindset and your attitude, because things can be going horribly wrong. But if you change your thoughts, you don't have to be fused with your circumstances. Let me know how that goes. We are here to help you. My team and I are offering services virtually: parent coaching, individual therapy, therapy for kids, adolescents, and adults, as well as psychological testing and assessments. We are here for you at A New Day Pediatric Psychology. Let us know how we can help you. You can visit us at anewdaysa.com, and one of our qualified team members can help you get through this very trying time. Thank you so much for tuning in once again, and I wish you the best. Bye.